Hiya. Okay, so I'm going to try to explain how this diagram works for you. So this is the moon that we were looking at the other day. So you know that all of these indicate different stitches. And you said you know all the names, so that should be easy. These little circles along the bottom here, all of these little circles are chains. I can put that a little bit closer for you, like that. Okay, so all of these circles are chains, and then all of these little X's. I'm sorry about my voice. I'm not having the best day. Sorry about that. These little X's are single crochet. This little V here, that means that you have 2 single crochets into the same stitch. And then you have these little T's. That's a half double. So this is a half double crochet. And then you have these T's that has like a slash on them. It's kind of like an F, but it's not. It's like a T, yeah, a T with a slash on it. That's a double crochet. And you see here when it goes like into a V, that's a double crochet into the same stitch. And then you have this T with 2 slashes on it. That's a treble, which means that when you have this V with 2 slashes on it, that's a treble into the same stitch. And then you have like these little dots here. That's a slip stitch. And these arrows tells you what direction to go. I realized after we picked these patterns that they're really not the best because I've been making them. This one is okay, but this little star here, it doesn't show you where to slip stitch. So when you're a complete beginner, this one can be a little bit confusing, but I'm going to show you. But let's start with the moon for now. So I get that as big as I can so you can properly see it like that. And I'm going to move it over here so you can see my hands as well. Okay, so I've got this really, really thin yarn. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that properly, but I can try. So like every time when you do my god, my brain is fried today. It's what, 5:30? Yeah, 4:50 in the morning. So I'm sorry if my brain is lagging a bit. Always when you start with a chain, you know you start with the slip knot. Yeah, slip knot. This thing. And then we're gonna make a chain. And here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So we're going to make 16 chains, okay? I don't know if you can actually see it with this yarn, so I might have to look around and see if I can find something else. But I tried it with a couple of different yarns and you couldn't really see the stitches. So I'm going to try with this and see if you can actually see it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, no, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, so that's my, I don't know if you can see it, like teeny tiny chain. So that's our chain. So that's these bits done, because these are our chain. Now, like I said, this pattern is a little bit misguiding, because this arrow would usually mean this first row, but this one it doesn't. It means this first row up here. So right now, this is right here. That's where our chain is. So the next one is a slip stitch. This means that we have a slip stitch into the second chain. So we skip one chain and then we slip stitch into the first chain like that. And then it says to single crochet into the next 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm actually gonna get something else to point with. There we go. So it's just single crochet, 1, 2, 3 single crochets into the next chains. So that's 1, 2, 3 single crochets. You know, this is very, very tiny. I don't know. I think I'm actually gonna screw that. I'm going to use a different yarn. Now the issue is that this yarn is gray, so I don't know if that's gonna like properly show up, but I'm gonna try. Okay, let's try this. See if that's gonna show up. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 chains. Okay. I don't know if you can see this gray yarn here. And then we have the slip stitch into the second chain. 1, 2, that's our second chain. I slip stitch into that. And then we have 1, 2, 3 single crochets. These little X's are single crochets. So that's 1, 2, 3 single crochets along the chain. Then this little V right here means 2 single crochets into the same chain. So I'm going to take my next chain here and make 2 single crochets in the same chain. There we go. That's 2 single crochets in the same chain. And then I have 2 single crochets in the next 2 chains. So that's 1 single crochet in one chain, 1 single crochet in one chain, and then in the next chain there's 2 single crochets. So that's 2 single crochets in the same stitch, and then we have the same again with 1 single crochet in each chain 2 times. So that's 1 single crochet and 1 single crochet, and then we have another double single crochet in the next chain. So that's 1, 2 single crochets in the next chain, and then we end off with 1, 2, 3 single crochets in the next 3 chains. So that's 1, 2, 3 single crochets, and then I got 1 chain left, and this little thing here means a slip stitch, which means that in the last chain I'm going to slip stitch like that, and then this little arrow means that I'm going to turn and work the other way. Now, like I said, this is gray yarn, so it's not really that easy to see, especially when it curls. But that's what we got so far. I don't even know if you can see it. but we got the slip stitch at the end there, and now we're going to turn, and it says as soon as we turn, it says to slip stitch into the top, because this little thing is a slip stitch, so it means we slip stitch into the top of the first, like the last single crochet that we made. So we turn around and we have this first single crochet here. We slip stitch into that, and then in the next single crochet we're going to do a single crochet. I really wish I had a different yarn, but my yarn cabinet is currently closed off because we're having renovations done, so I can't get into it, so I'm just using the yarn I have at hand. Okay, so that's the single crochet, and then we have a half double crochet in the next single crochet. So that's a half double, so I pull up a loop and I pull through all three, and then in the next single crochet there's 2 double crochets. As you see, this V here, and these little slashes means that this is a double crochet, not a half double. So we're going to do 2 double crochet in the same stitch. So I'm doing 1 double crochet and another double crochet in the same stitch. And then in the next single crochet there is a double crochet. Let's see, we got a little hole here because in the last row we had 2 single crochets in the same chain, so it's gonna look a little bit holy, but it'll make sense when you turn around. The next one is another 2 double crochets in the same stitch. 1, 2, and then we have 1 double crochet in the next one. There we go. And then in the next stitch we have 2 trebles, because these have 2 slashes on them, which means it's a treble. So in this next one I'm going to do 2 trebles, if I can get into it. There we go. What in the hell? I got some stupid yarn. There we go. 1, 2 trebles, and then we have a single treble in the next one. There we go. Next stitch you got this one, which is 2 trebles again, 2 trebles in the same stitch. So that's 1, 2 trebles in the same stitch. I've got a weird yarn that keeps splitting, so it takes a little bit of time. And then the next one here is one double crochet in the next one. That's 1 double crochet. And then we have 2 double crochets in the next one. 1, 2 in the same stitch. Then we have 1 double crochet in the next one, and then 2 more double crochets in the next stitch, and then after the 2 double crochets there is a half double crochet in the next one. that's a half double crochet, and then in the next one there is a single crochet, and then this means that we finish off with slip stitch in the first slip stitch that we made, if I can get into it, because I made it kind of tight. Maybe I need to go into backwards. There you go. There we go. Okay, so again, pardon the light and pardon the stupid yarn, but this is what it looks like. That's our little moon. If I can pull it up and put it on here, maybe it's more visible. Hold on, let me shape it a little bit. Let me shape you a little bit. Now, obviously, if I cut the yarn and shape it and sew things in, it's going to look a little bit more better, but anyway, that's our little moon. So that's what that looks like. I don't even know, can you see this thing? If I do like that? Yeah, it's sort of visible, isn't it? Just nod and smile and say yes. All right, so that was the tiny little moon. Now I'm going to quickly show you the star as well, because when you learn to read these diagrams, it's a lot easier, but it's like I said, these aren't the best because it doesn't show you where to slip stitch and stuff. So when you get a little bit more experienced in reading diagrams, you will just intuitively know where to put them in, if that makes sense. And I can't zoom in because I have it on, what is it called? Portrait? Oh, selfie mode. And I can't zoom in selfie mode, otherwise I would zoom in on the screen. And if I try to zoom in on the screen, it just disappears off. So that's not going to be helpful because I need the whole chart on screen. There we go. That's as big as I can get it. Anyway, I don't know if you know, if you're familiar with the magic ring, that's what this means, that you need to have the magic ring in the middle. If you're familiar with it, fantastic. If not, the easiest way to do a magic ring is just do an unfinished slip knot. Because when I make my slip knots, I go like this, and then I have a slip knot. When I make a magic ring, I go like that, preferably without the end in it. I go like that, and I just stop. And then I grab this, just grab the end, and I grab this end between my fingers. I just pull up like this is basically, this is your slip knot. But instead of tightening it, just stop it there and make a tiny little stitch. That's the entire secret of the magic ring. That's it. I don't know why people make it so difficult. It's literally just an unfinished slip knot. So that's that. Now this is your magic ring, and then we always start with the chains. So these are the chains, 1, 2, 3. You start with a chain, and then this is your first round, and then these are the second round. So it's only 2 rounds, so it's super easy. So you start off with 1, 2, 3 chains. 1, 2, 3 chains, and then you have these little T's with a slash on them, which was a double crochet. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So there's 14 double crochets all around, which means with your starting chain you have 15 altogether. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Normally I would go faster, but my yarn splits, so I have to take it like somewhat slow. 9, 10, nope, there we go, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Plus the starting chain, so that's 14. There we go. Now, I'm currently here. Normally there would be that little dot right here, so that signifies a slip stitch, but this pattern doesn't have any other slip stitches in it, so you just have to, you can't leave it like that when you're going to make a circle. If I hope, can I? No? You can't obviously leave it like that if you want to make a circle, so you have to make a slip knot, even though the pattern doesn't show you that. So you slip stitch, why do I keep saying slip knot? I mean slip stitch. Slip stitch into the top chain on your starting chain to make a circle like that. And just pull that a little bit tight so it's even. There you go. So this is our circle, and we are currently here. So now we continue working this way. So you start out with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chains, and then you have a single crochet in 1, 2, 3. So you're gonna make a single crochet in the third. Sorry, my brain is having a lapse again. You're gonna make a single crochet in the third chain from the hook. So that's 1, 2, 3. That's my third chain. So I make a single crochet in the third chain, and then there's a half double because that's the T. That's a half double, and then there's a double crochet because that's a T with a slash on it, and then there's a treble because that's a T with 2 slashes on it. So that's a half double in the next chain, a double in the next chain after that, and a treble in the last chain after that. So we do a half double crochet in the next chain, a double crochet in the next chain after that, and a treble crochet in the last chain. There we go. So now we currently have this thing. And like I said, this pattern doesn't have any slip stitches in it, but obviously you can't just leave things like this. So we have to have a slip stitch in there. And this leans into, like, we have the starting chain here where you connected, and then you got 1, 2, 3. So in the third double crochet from your starting point, 1, 2, 3. Let's go 1, 2, 3. There's our third stitch. We just slip stitch into that like that, and then you get the nice straight line right there. And then you make the next petal. No, it's not called petaled, it's called point when it's on the star. So you make the next point and the next point, 5 in all, and all the points are the same way. 6 chains, then a single crochet, a half double crochet, a double crochet, and a treble, and then a slip stitch. Now this isn't I don't know why this is counting this way, because it's counting right here. This is the third double crochet. Well, I guess it's gonna be the third, yeah, because that's the one. And then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's gonna be the third. So it's gonna be you're gonna slip stitch into the third one on every one. But when I make the next point, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then there's a single crochet into the next chain, third chain, 1, 2, 3. Single crochet, half double crochet in the next, double crochet in the next, and a treble in the last one. I'm sorry, I know I'm a bit ranty, but like I said, it's 5 in the morning, so you know. So that's where we had the last, sorry, let's see if I can bring it in closer. This is where we had the last slip stitch. So we're going to count 1, 2, 3. That's where we're going to do the next slip stitch. See? It's all turning nice and flat. So we're going to make 3 more points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because we're here now. And then 1, 2, 3. Third chain. Single crochet. Right here. And then half double. Double. And treble. And 1, 2, 3, and a slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Single crochet. Half double. Double. And a treble. My yarn is splitting and it's being stupid, so there's that. 1, 2, 3. And the last one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Apparently I'm carrying my crochet thread with me, with my yarn. Let's see if we can undo this. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yes. And then 1, 2, 3. Single crochet, half double, double, and a treble, and then 1, 2, 3. Come on, that's the last one, so let's see if we can get it in. 1, 2, 3. Come on. I know you want to. There we go. And there we go. Slip stitch into the last one there. So that's our little star. And like I said, a lot of these patterns aren't always like complete, so they can be a bit hard to crochet from, especially when you're not used to diagrams yet. But this is what this looks like when it's all done. I hope this is somewhat helpful, even though I'm being super tired and stupid and ranty, not to forget. Let's see, I made a little come on now, there we go. I'll take a photo of this and send it to you. It's My God, I can't even position it because it's mirrored, so I don't know why I don't do it. It's the key to what all the symbols mean and what they do and what all that stuff. So it's like what they look like and what their names are. So I'll take a photo of that and send it to you because that's easier. But I hope that was somewhat helpful. And like I said, I'm sorry for all the ranting, but yeah, there you go. Let me know if there's anything you are confused about or anything you're wondering about. And if you need like some hands-on help, let me know. Maybe we can video chat and you can ask me questions directly. Okay, bye.